Alright, so we are here at the Sobleman's location in Mequon, and I'm here with the owner, Dave Sobleman. So Dave and his wife actually were my season seat holders when I worked at the brewer, so I've been dying to meet them. I've been here many times, and so thank you for having us. So how many years have you guys been in business now?
We've been in business 22 years. We've been at this location 5.5 years.
5.5. And how many locations do you guys have?
There are 4 Sobleman's Pub and Grills. We own 3. The last one is a franchise location in Waukesha.
In Waukesha. Cool. And where exactly is your Mequon location?
We're on the corner now of North Port Washington Road and west of Donges Bay Road.
Yeah, I've been here many times. It's hard to miss.
Yeah.
Right on the corner, like you said, on a pretty busy road. So, and then as far as like the history, what's your guys' background in history? What made you want to come up with Sobleman's?
We were a young couple and didn't really know what we were going to do with our lives, and I met Melanie at a family restaurant, and the owner of that family restaurant, he also owned a corner bar, which is now the original Sobleman's Pub and Grill. And he was fond of my wife and her mother, and he wanted to do something nice for us. He wanted to do something nice more so for Melanie than for me, and he offered us his bar at 1900 West St. Paul Avenue. It was named after his wife, Marge, and reluctantly, because in truth I turned him down. I didn't want to.
Did you?
I didn't want to be self-employed. I was already self-employed. Kind of wanted a 9 to 5, but a few weeks after the turn down, we spoke again on the phone. I gave him, and I decided to ask Melanie, and I decided to give it a shot. And who would have thought that 22 years later, we're the Soblemans of Sobleman's Pub and Grill with 4 locations, 3 stands at the Pfizer Forum.
I was gonna say Sobleman's is it's a staple in the Greater Milwaukee Area. I was gonna say if you haven't heard of Sobleman's, you're probably not from the area. But for people that I guess maybe don't know or are moving into the area, I guess what makes Sobleman's unique, would you say?
I think initially, it was my focus on burgers and the fun ingredients on the burgers and the picture perfectness of the burger. Ultimately, it became about the Bloody Mary, and I think now it's as much about it's the burger, the Bloody Mary, my wife and I as a couple, and the fact that it's such a staple of Milwaukee.
I was gonna say, I feel like when you think Sobleman's, you just like think of community. I mean, yes, you automatically think burgers and Bloody Marys, but now it's just such a great place for people to congregate. Is what I think of when I think of.
Yeah, there's been some sayings, some phrases we've used, classic Milwaukee, and we're just serving classic Milwaukee food, really. Burgers, Bloody Marys, cheeseburgers, and there's nothing pretentious. It's a fun, comfortable. All locations are fun, comfortable, in older buildings, lots of character, and just again comfortable places to have a burger, Bloody Mary, and a cold local micro. All of our beers are from the state of Wisconsin, most from the Milwaukee area.
And what would you say the fan favorite burger and Bloody Mary is?
The favorite burger, well, the last we did the numbers, I would say the Sobleman burger. Lately, the Hangover burger with the egg has become very popular, and the plain cheeseburger is pretty popular. As for Bloody Marys, I think I could ask the masterpiece that, I did something which I thought was stupid one day.
It's usually how it goes, right?
Dumb luck. A Saturday morning, I put a cheeseburger slider in a Bloody Mary. I took the picture and I put it on Facebook, and I said, "Hey, am I going too far?" Just kind of mocking myself, By the end of the day, we had over 100 comments.
Oh my God,
I
that's
can't
awesome.
recall the likes. And I remember it was a Saturday night. I got home at about 9:30, and I sat at the dining room table. Melanie was already home. We had younger children, and she had to be home with them. And but I sat at the dining room table, and I didn't even have an iPhone yet. I opened the laptop. I'm looking at Facebook, and I turned and say to Melanie, Melanie, I think we're on to something here. But I thought this was just a joke, something to get likes for Facebook. People really wanted a cheeseburger slider in the Bloody Mary.
I know, I feel like nothing's too far in Wisconsin when it comes to Bloody Marys and burgers.
Yeah, after the fried chicken and the Bloody Mary,
Yeah.
and people, now I know you can't go too far, because I thought that was for sure just for Facebook. Nobody was really going to want cheeseburger slider. I'm sorry, a fried chicken and the Bloody Mary. but I was wrong on that one.
So is there anything kind of exciting or up and coming menu-wise or business-wise that you can expect from Sobleman? Any other crazy ideas that you're whipping up in the kitchen?
Not that I have right now. I was prior to COVID focusing on maybe making the menu in some ways a lighter menu with wraps and salads, but in other ways making it a little more German or Wisconsin. We added the Milwaukee pretzel company pretzel, Sprecher beer mustard with that you can ask for and have with anything. And also the big one was we added a Wisco burger it's a cheeseburger with Kobe Marble Jack cheese, invented here in Wisconsin. And a Johnsonville brat patty with the Kobe and the sauerkraut. And then we have
amazing.
It's very popular amongst the bigger, more Wisconsin kind of guys. And the Johnsonville sausage sampler comes with 4 different sausages, pickle fries, and you get the nacho cheese, and again the Sprecher beer mustard. That was becoming pretty popular, and as we come out of COVID, it's again growing in popularity.
I was gonna say, speaking of COVID, how did last year, 2020, take much of a hit on you guys, or how did it affect you?
Yeah, I don't know the numbers but it was not good for us. We were, able to keep all locations open, haven't closed down any locations. Hours have changed. The Marquette location took the biggest hit because, the non-students in the area refused to go out for lunch, and that was our lunch business. And then when Marquette, gave their students off 2 months for Christmas break, that one hurt. So our hours changed there. Hours changed here for a time. We were able to stay busy, but without beer and burger sales, beer and Bloody Mary sales, and then burger sales being down by 25-30%. 2020 was not a good year.
No, yeah. But 2021, is it starting to look up?
In a way it is. It's like a roller coaster. Some days are good, some days are bad. Some weeks are good, some weeks are bad. This year was kind of backwards. Oftentimes January is slower than February. This year, February was slower than January, and then in February we had the cold and the storms, which that hurt us, and oftentimes it seemed like the storms fell on a Saturday, which is our busiest day of the week, and that really hurt us when, no one wants to go out on Saturday for beer, Bloody Mary's, burgers.
Right, well hopefully with the warmer weather and more vaccines rolling out, we'll start to pick back up again.
I do see like the light at the end of the tunnel. Yeah. I feel like by spring we'll be as back to normal as we will be, as closer to normal than we've been in a year.
Awesome. Well, like I said, I think most people that are actually from the area already know who Sobleman's is, but if you don't, you have to get out here. I'm going to get a Bloody Mary and probably some cheese curds, so.
My wife is right here and was afraid to be on camera, and I'm thinking I'm regretting it, and I'm thinking she is, and.
I don't think she's regretting it.
Nothing bigger than cherry on top.
Yes, we're a married couple, 28 years. Best friends, business partners, and she's not going to share this moment with me.
We're going to make her take a picture.
Wait, I want to redo that, and because I wasn't looking at the camera, I want you to look at the camera and say that, because that was really nice. No, like best friends, no, that was really nice. Let me get that in close. Okay, go ahead.
I'm just going to be flowing. So, yeah, I think my wife's going to regret not being on camera with me. We are, you've been married for 28 years, best friends, business partners, and she's not sharing this moment with me.
You're handling it well. So one thing I noticed that you talked a lot about Wisconsin businesses. Do you want to, do you use a lot of Wisconsin businesses? Maybe you want, do you want to just ask specific, like your integral part of the Wisconsin retail?
Yeah. Is it okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, I put right before COVID, I was real proud of myself too. My mother-in-law didn't understand it and screamed at me every day. What is this, Johnsonville Pub and Grill? No, I'm just saying, hey, we're using local products.
Yeah, I think that's a good thing. So let's go ahead and ask that, Michelle. Something like you mentioned a few. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So yeah, you mentioned, I know that you use a lot of Wisconsin beer. So are most of your products in the menu are mostly local or Wisconsin Wisconsin products?
At each location, every single beer that we have on tap is made in Wisconsin, except Blue Moon, which is kind of like because of Miller and that. It's brewed in Denver or somewhere in Colorado. Not brewed, but it is a partner of Miller, and it's super popular, and it's so cool when you put the orange in it, very classy. So I've kicked it around, and every time I've suggested to staff or to my wife that I'd like to take it off. I know it's classy and it's cool to have the orange in your beer, but it's not brewed in Wisconsin. But again, every time I've mentioned it, I've been overruled. So, but other than Blue Moon, every single beer is brewed in Wisconsin at each location. The majority of them in the Milwaukee area. We're all about local. Before COVID, I started focusing on the menu and having it be more local, and mentioning or even highlighting some of the products that we get from local businesses, mainly Johnsonville Brats and the Milwaukee Pretzel Company is kind of cool. That couple, they were Marquette students and were customers of ours when they were at our original location, when they were just students at Marquette. After they graduated, they decided to go live overseas in Germany for some time. When they came back, they wanted to have pretzels like the pretzels they had in Germany, and they started this company. And they reached out to me, and I said I'd do whatever I could to help them. I promised them that I would be their #1 customer, but I've yet to keep that promise. I'm still learning.
You will get there.
COVID didn't help.
No.
But they make a great product, and there might be some other things that I highlight on here, but those are the big ones. And I also like adding the Johnsonville sausage sampler and the brat patty along with the Wisco burger, which is both burger and brat patty to it. Because not only am I highlighting Wisconsin products, but I'm also changing the menu and making it a little more Milwaukee, Wisconsin, or German, which is 54% of Wisconsinites can say they are have German.
Yeah, so kind of adding your own unique spin to it, but keeping it in like the Wisconsin realm. So cool. Well, again, I appreciate it. I mean, you guys need to make it out here if you haven't been here already. We're gonna do a giveaway too, so you'll be able to enter for a chance to win a $25 gift card. But yeah, and you guys are